All right, KNES 310, summer 2025. My name is Dr. Brian Campbell. I have a PhD in biomechanics from Auburn University, undergraduate in athletic training, sports medicine here at the University of Louisiana Lafayette in from the 90s, and a master's at Southern Mississippi in exercise physiology. So I have a lot of background in different areas of kinesiology, but specifically physics applied to human movement. So this class is really my wheelhouse in terms of motions and movements and bones and specifically illusions that I'm going to teach you guys as we progress this summer. So I wanted to get that out right away that this class is about seeing things that are not necessarily easy to see and understanding that sometimes we might think there is motion, like if cervical rotation is turning your head to the right. Well, I can turn my head to the right and not have cervical rotation. Like if I had a halo and my neck was fixed, I could turn my head to the right, but that doesn't mean I rotated my neck to the right or to the left. And then other times there's illusions where something looks like it didn't move, but it did. Like if I kept looking at the camera and my whole body rotated to the right, how can I keep my eyes where I'm trying to look at them? I could actually turn to the left. So sometimes we have motion that looks like it's not moving, but it is. And sometimes we have motion that looks like it's moving and it's not. So these are concepts we're going to be exploring and introducing you to. So we just can't assume. One of the first rules I have in class is do not assume, do not assume, do not assume. However, we could apply our techniques and the things that I teach you to infer. We can infer that human motion didn't move. Where did it happen? What do we call it? All kind of fun things that we're going to learn and develop. Okay. I know this is 1 month. I understand. So it's going to take a lot of study, not on, with you and me together. I have all of the lectures on my YouTube channel, but I'm going to be available 24/7. If I'm awake and available, hit me up. I have the process on the syllabus. Text me. Dr. Campbell had a question about cervical vertebra motion. Are you available? Absolutely. Let's talk. I have dyslexia, so writing is more difficult for me to communicate concepts than discussing talking because I can use analogies. I can get instant feedback about, well, what's your understanding of this concept? And you giving me information allows me to repackage it and give it back to you maybe in a better, more absorbable, gluten-free environment. So let's take a look at the syllabus. A couple things, most of it's self-explanatory, but I want to highlight a few things. I do have my office. I will not be in my summertime, guys. So I won't be here every day. However, I will be available every day. And on holidays and weekends, you're studying on July 4th and you have a question, hit me up. You're studying on a Sunday, hit me up. You're studying on a Saturday, hit me up. I do that because I don't know what your schedule is. You may only be able to really study when the kids are asleep or before work or before on the weekends, or hopefully not just on the weekends. That's a lot of material. But I look at education as ergonomics. I'm trying to give you an ergonomic education. So I don't want to ask you to do anything I'm not willing to do myself. So if you have questions, hit me up. If I'm already sleeping, 'cause I'm old and I go to bed relatively early, but I will respond to you the next morning and when you're free, let's talk, okay? So let's take a look at the syllabus together. 24/7 virtual hours. You have my cell, but don't call it because I think you're trying to extend my car insurance. So text me, name, class, and what your question is, and I'll get back to you. We could talk. We could FaceTime. We can Zoom. Whatever's if it's just like a date question, like when is our exam, I will reply back to your text. But most of the information's right here in the syllabus. So um, note, this is a hybrid class because although all the lectures are on my YouTube channel and on Moodle, the exams must be face to face. So you got to come in to take the test. I am very flexible during the summertime. Uh, if you notice on the syllabus, exams are at 10 a.m. If you have to take it early because of a reason, I'll work with you. The reason I move it a little bit later is because some students are coming in from out of town. I have had one military student who was in the Guard, and he was coming from New Orleans. And so, as a courtesy to students who are traveling from out of area, I'll push it a little later. But I'm flexible, guys. Summertime, I'm I'm Miss Incredible. I could try to be as flexible as needed to try to help accommodate you guys, knowing that you're trying to work during the summer or you have internships during the summer. All right, so your hard copy materials are on Moodle. So for all the units, we have 3 units, 1, 2, and 3, and so you'll see a link to Moodle. I'm sorry, on Moodle PDF files. Those are your hard copy notes. I give them to you. Give them to you so that we're on the same page of especially verbiage. Um, uh, Example, when you were a kid and your parents or your uncle or your friends say flex your muscles, we've had some of these things put in our head for so long, but um, muscles don't flex, they contract. I know it's a nitpicky thing, joints flex. So it's to try to separate what the joints do verbiage wise, what the muscles can do, and how muscles influence motion through the context of their contractions. The context of the work is through the contractions. So little things like that. Um, we'll also learn ankle motion is really just this. This is subtalar joint. I'm just giving you examples. So, like, um, my handy dandy skateboard. The ankle joint is the wheel, and the subtalar joint is the wobble. It's obviously an inverted skateboard because the wobble is underneath the wheel for our ankles. But I didn't know any different when you sprain your ankle. But subtalar joint is the wobble, and the ankle joint is the wheel. Little things like that. Um, a lot of times, students that struggle just don't study. They don't study the material that I'm giving them, and they say, "Well, I'm already a certified personal trainer. I'm already an athlete. I've already passed my ACE, whatever certification. So I already know this stuff." I'm not saying you don't already know stuff, but my class is meant to make you better by giving you a better understanding and appreciation of some things that we might think are true, but may not be true. All right, guys. So there's the link to my YouTube channel. You can watch. I have lectures going back 5 years. So you could go back and rewatch. The material's the same, but the analogies I use are different. Examples I use are different. So feel free. You have a vast amount of resources for these subjects. Um, your Unit 1 lectures are actually on Moodle. I put them there in the spring. You can have all of my spring lectures as a template, but again, you could go back into the fall or last spring if you want more in depth or more examples. And so in the spring, I had to go present at a conference during Unit 1. So I do have some fillers in there from previous lectures because I wasn't here for that week. Um, so I'm gonna, at the end of Unit 1, I'm actually gonna post all of the lectures that I was in class to give you extra understanding of Unit 1. So look at the course evaluation. Guys, I would love to say that content doesn't matter and that a majority of your test is projects and bells and whistles. And if you do a fun little game, there's points. This is about knowledge. This is about knowledge. This is about me testing you on things that I'm going to tell you I'm going to test you on. So there's no silly willy projects and things and disputes about project rubrics, and it's just stuff, which is what you're going to need in kinesiology with an understanding of human movement. Do you know the difference between the radial ulnar joint, the wrist, and the elbow, and what those motions are called, and again, how muscles influence motion through contractions? So I have the dates of the exams. Take note. Unit 1 is this Friday. Unit 1 isn't overwhelming. It really isn't. It's position, the difference between position and motion. We teach everything in the sagittal planes, axes, concepts of bones and classifications of stuff. Very doable. But if you notice, I give you 2 weeks before your second exam because that unit 2 is all of the different joint, major joint motions in the body. That's a lot. So I give you more time before I give you that second unit exam on from ankle to cervical, pelvic girdle rotations and hip and knee and subtle, again, illusionary things with the scapula and the difference between scapula and shoulder. It's a lot. Very doable, but it's a lot. So that's why I give you that break. And then finally, our last unit is not on Friday. It's on Thursday because the university is closed for the 4th of July. So make a note of that. I'll send you some reminders, but try to remind yourself. So let's get to the brass tacks. How do you pass this class? I make passing this class, I think, very, very doable, very manageable if you put forth some effort. Um, 65 is a C. 65% is a C because I'm the professor. I can do what I want, and I'm trying to help you. So 65% is a C. So you can make a 65 overall, or you can, if you have under 65 as your class average, if you pass one exam at a 65, showing me you're putting forth some work, you can take a cumulative final, and that cumulative final is on Monday the 7th. So even though we're done with class, it's not mandatory, it's an optional thing. So you have a cumulative optional final on Monday the 7th. Any retakes, you miss an exam, child is sick, you're sick, that's also going to be on that Monday, but that's going to be at 6 o'clock in the morning because we got to make sure we get any makeup exams and your optional final before grades are due, which is at noon on Monday the 7th. Okay. That optional final is optional for everybody, though. It's not just if you're trying to pass. If you're close to a B or close to an A, come show me you can learn from mistakes and make a good grade and push that grade up. So it's been that optional final has been pretty popular and got good feedback from it. Moodle's not going to do your grades for you. It's just a simple average. You add up your grades, divide by 3. Uh, or if you have 4 grades, like your optional final, add up your grades, divide by 4. Guys, again, I'll work with you. If it's summertime, if something's happening or something's going on and there's an issue with exam dates and times, just help me help you. I'm trying to be a problem solver here, but I can't fix anything I'm not aware of. Okay, I have the ODS things. If you have, if you need to take the test at the center, obviously email me and we'll make that work. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna post this video tonight, which is Sunday, and I'm gonna start plugging away at the lectures. You can start your lectures now. I think I emailed you with my channel. But you can watch lectures. And again, Unit 1, I have the lectures for the spring, but I'm also going to add all the lectures I was here in person for. Um, Spring 2025, I'm sorry, the previous lectures from fall. Again, same material, but sometimes I'll use different analogies and some students have different questions. So it's good to watch as much as you can. The lectures complement the Moodle materials. So you get the materials off of Moodle, PDF, and the lectures complement. So you have to write everything down. Just pause the video, find, maybe have your lectures happening on one computer and your other computer has the Moodle notes and you can, or your laptop or your iPad or, and write on those notes on those. Okay. All right, guys. So I hope y'all are doing well. I hope we have a good semester, and I'm going to start on my homework, making sure you have all those lectures above and beyond. I could just tell you my channel and find them, but I'm going to try my best to go and find them and post them to make it easier for you. Okay. All right, guys. Hope all is well. You have my number. If you need anything, y'all let me know, and go Cajuns.